Something really interesting happened to me between my mid-20s to my late 20s. I put on weight, yet my face became more sculpted and defined. And once I reached my late 20s, for the first time in my life, people began commenting on how I looked young for my age. Now, I get it's easy to look young when you are young, but when I was 24 to 26, people thought I looked my age or older. And now that I'm almost 30, people think that I look younger. And I can't deny that even I see a massive difference in my face. And I know for a fact that I wouldn't be looking like this if I hadn't been doing these practices for the last 4 to 5 years that I'm going to share with you. Now, if you're thinking, oh, you just lost the baby fat, no. There were many periods in my early 20s where my face was far, far slimmer. So what happened? In order to understand that so that you can also have a natural glow up and step into your most beautiful, authentic self, and there's absolutely no shame in wanting to be more attractive because everything in life comes down to feeling. It comes down to how you feel about yourself, and why would you not want to live every day feeling the absolute best about yourself, because that is the state of being where you are going to feel the most joy and attract the most abundance in your life. But in order for me to share what happened on my journey, we need to go back to 2020 when I didn't know any of this. This girl was obsessed with the grind. Her self-worth was based on how skinny she was, what she looked like, how much attention she got from boys, how hard she worked, how productive she was every single hour of the day, and how much she exercised. Basically, she was running on stress hormones. And then lockdown hit and the whole world was forced to slow down. But I decided I was going to become a runner, a dancer, learn about 5 new skills, and come out of this lockdown as the absolute hottest version of myself. I was so committed and so excited, and I knew I was going to make it happen for myself. I was going to come out of this lockdown with the ultimate glow up. Well, imagine my surprise when the exact opposite happened. I started putting on weight. I no longer recognized myself. My face was so puffy and my health was just getting worse and worse. So I thought to myself, well, I'll just push myself harder. I'll just eat healthier and I'll just exercise more. I'll just push myself more, because if I do these healthy habits, then surely I will feel better and I will look better. But again, the exact opposite happened. It just made me even puffier, even unhappier, and I developed a really toxic binging and restricting habit around food. I was always insecure and obsessed with the way that I looked, obsessed with judging my body, overthinking every single meal, feeling insecure about my dull skin. And this was such a toxic way to live because I wasn't living. My thoughts all day, every day were consumed with my face, my body, and what meals I was gonna eat. And I was just stuck in this vicious cycle of stress, of just living on stress and making myself feel worse and worse, because you can't look your best when you're running on stress hormones. And if you relate to any of this, then what I'm going to share next with you is definitely going to help you. I was always searching for solutions. I was always trying to find a way to feel better and look better. And by God's grace, I stumbled upon something called facial reflexology. And my curiosity made me go buy whatever similar tool I could find. This was 5 years ago, and it just wasn't very popular back then, not compared to how popular it is now. And I bought this tool, and I remember the very first time I sat down and I started massaging my face with it. It looks like an acupressure tool, and I felt this immediate relaxation. It was so profound because I hadn't felt that kind of relaxation in years. I had forgotten we were even meant to feel like that. I slept great that night, and the even more shocking thing is I woke up the next day and my face looked different. I had this youthful glow. It was less puffy, so I was immediately hooked, and I just committed to start practicing it every day. But then I thought to myself, there's got to be more. There's something to this. This tool is magical. There's got to be more that I can do. And then I next discovered neck and shoulder gua sha. And again, my curiosity made me go buy whatever similar tool I could buy, and I started practicing gua sha for 5 minutes every day on my neck and my shoulders, because all we see these days online is just practicing on the face. But anytime we're looking to lift, define, sculpt the face, we always want to start opening up the neck and the shoulders and the chest first. And I was doing this unknowingly, but again, I would wake up the next day and the difference in my face was unbelievable. I felt like I was looking like myself again, but better, the way that I was supposed to look like. If I was looking like my most authentic, beautiful self, it had enhanced my features, my puffy face was gone. And combining the two, facial reflexology and neck and shoulder gua sha, was just this magical combination. I really thought, wow, I've cracked the code here. But what I didn't realize at the time was that I was promoting lymphatic drainage. I didn't know what that was or what it meant. But that is exactly what I was doing. I thought I just discovered some magical tools to make your face less puffy, but there was so much more going on underneath the surface. And in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to explain to you the power of lymphatic drainage so that you can incorporate it into your day just for 5 minutes a day, because you will see the most amazing results, not only in your appearance, but in your internal health on a cellular level. So on my journey to understanding what was actually going on underneath the skin, what was actually going on inside of me, I learned about the lymphatic system, and what I learned shocked me. So your lymphatic system is this invisible system that's literally connected to every inch of your body, and it's very close to the surface of the skin because it's superficial. Its job is to filter out toxins in the body and constantly replenish us, and literally every cell in your body is bathed in its fluid. Stimulating your lymphatic system doesn't just have beautifying effects, it's literally the first line of defense your immune system has. The lymphatics in your gut makes up about 70% of your immune system. That is why it gives your skin that healthy glow, because the real and only way to get that beautiful glow is to be healthy from the inside out and have healthy lymphatic flow. Your lymphatic system and stimulating it not only slims your face and your body, but it literally improves your health on a cellular level. Most important thing you need to know about the lymphatic system to use it to your advantage is that it is your body's waste management system. Think of it as a garbage collector that's just moving around your body, collecting all the waste and all the toxins and getting rid of it in your body. But the thing with the lymphatic system is the way that the heart is a central pump for the circulatory system in the body, the lymphatic system doesn't have a central pump. So there's nothing to move that lymph system around to carry that fluid with the toxins around the body. So we need to help our lymphatic system by doing these massages, by doing these practices that I'm going to share, by making sure that we're breathing deep into the belly and that our breathing isn't shallow all day, by not sitting all day and making sure we're actually moving our body and we're exercising. Walking and exercising is so beneficial for the lymphatic system. So if you have a congested lymphatic system, perhaps because you're really stressed, you're not moving your body a lot, you're really tense, you could be feeling tired, constipated, have more aches and pains than usual, be puffy, of course, have dark circles around your eyes, be getting skin breakouts, just feel really stuck, maybe feel anxious for no reason. You are not going to be feeling your best if you're not having that lymphatic move throughout your body every day. Even a 5-minute massage can literally make you feel lighter. Just in 5 minutes, you will feel lighter. So when your lymph is flowing properly and it's draining properly day to day, you'll feel vibrant, you'll feel energetic, you'll be able to focus on what you're doing, you'll be clear-headed, you can digest the food that you're eating and actually eliminate it properly, you can sleep through the night, and you probably won't get sick very often. So when your lymphatic system is congested, as soon as someone coughs near you, you probably feel like you fall sick so easily, or falling sick every few weeks, every few months. But when your lymphatic system is working properly and it's getting rid of those toxins day to day, then you'll just breeze through cold and flu season. So I hope you can understand by now why understanding the power of your lymphatic system, and they should really teach this in schools because it's so powerful. It's considered the second circulatory system in the body. The first one is the cardiovascular system, which the heart is the central pump for, but we don't learn about the lymphatic system when it is literally covering every inch of our body. Every organ in the body relies on it. Every system in the body relies on it. And so because it doesn't have that central pump, if we spend just 5 minutes a day stimulating our lymphatic system, we can achieve such incredible health benefits, but then also glow up. Now, one of the most common things that's blocking good lymphatic flow every day is tension and stress in the body. And sometimes you won't even feel like you're tense or stressed because it's actually just become your normal, right? So if you're always feeling like you need to be productive, if you're always stimulated, always on your phone, always have to be doing something, can't sit in stillness with yourself. Your thoughts are racing, jumping from one thing to the other. Maybe you can't fall asleep at night, but then you're tired all day. This is a really clear indication that your nervous system is in fight or flight, and you are literally running on stress hormones. And the important thing to know about stress hormones is they're extremely addictive. Our body gets very addictive to these surge of hormones, and we just want to be constantly stimulated and constantly on the go day to day. The more that we do it, the harder that it is to slow down. And this is really important to understand in relation to the lymphatic system, because lymphatic massage is extremely relaxing for the nervous system. But at the same time, when the nervous system is stimulated, it's in fight or flight, lymphatic drainage can't happen properly. But we can use this to our advantage. And the really crucial thing to understand is that no living organism on the planet can live long-term on stress hormones, okay? So our bodies just aren't made to live on stress hormones in the long term without getting illness and without getting disease. Stress is not bad as long as we can return back to homeostasis, as long as we're not staying in that stimulated, stressed out state, as long as we can bring our nervous system back into a parasympathetic, relaxed, rest, digest, and drain state. When we are in rest and digest, blood flow goes back to our digestive and our reproductive organs. Why do you think in the modern world there are so many digestive and reproductive issues these days? Because we're literally living on stress hormones. And when we're living on stress hormones and our nervous system is in fight or flight, the body does not prioritize blood flow to our digestive and reproductive organs. It's sending blood flow to those big muscles so that you have the energy to run away from the tiger that is chasing you. So this was literally the state that I was in. I had the worst digestive issues for years. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't eat gluten. I couldn't eat dairy. I had many food intolerances. I had missing periods. I had irregular periods. I had extremely painful periods. All of those things that I've mentioned now that I was struggling with 4 to 5 years ago, I don't have anymore. I don't have painful periods. I have regular periods. I can eat gluten and dairy. So literally, I know for a fact that by doing these practices, this is what's helped me massively heal on the inside whilst also having a glow up. So when I started doing facial reflexology, my nervous system immediately relaxed. It put my body into rest and digest, which meant that when you're in rest and digest, your body can also drain, because your lymphatic system cannot drain those toxins effectively unless you are in a relaxed parasympathetic state. If you are tense and you're stressed, you're stopping that lymphatic flow. So I would practice facial reflexology, my nervous system would relax and lymphatic flow would start going again. Within 5 minutes, I felt lighter. My face had this youthful glow and I just felt like I could breathe deeper again. Same with neck and shoulder gua sha. I was stimulating the lymphatic system and then that was relaxing my nervous system. And within 5 minutes, I felt lighter. I felt more relaxed. And so I would immediately make it a practice every day. If I was feeling stressed and tense, my breathing was shallow, I would just take a break and I would take 5 minutes to go practice one of these, whichever I felt like. And immediately after, my energy would completely shift. It would literally change the energy of my entire day. I would go from feeling lethargic, exhausted, unmotivated, tired, negative, to immediately feeling lighter, happier. My entire day would turn around, I would end up having a great day. And in hindsight, I was doing it intuitively because I knew it made me feel good. But now, after years of learning what was going on underneath, I know it's because I was stimulating my lymphatic system and relaxing my nervous system, and these two work beautifully together. Now, I teach a gua sha and a facial reflexology class, and everyone in my class uses the tools that I designed. They're completely unique. I designed them and I created them myself, so you won't find them anywhere else on the market. And I always ask my class, put your hand up if you feel like you're never in the present, you're always stimulated, maybe you're always stressed, you feel the need to always be productive, you're always on the go, go, go. And literally, it's very rare that someone doesn't put their hand up, because this is the state that we are in. And that is a state that I was in, that put my health and my happiness and my appearance in not the best place for a long time. And so if you want to glow up, I would urge you to spend 5 minutes a day stimulating your lymphatic system, relaxing your nervous system for all the reasons I mentioned, but also because it is an act of self-love to yourself. It is literally you telling yourself, you telling your body and your mind that I'm not a human doing, I'm a human being. I'm allowed to sit still, I'm allowed to rest, I'm allowed to be, I'm allowed to feel good. And I am worthy even if I am doing nothing. I'm worthy if I'm relaxing. It is literally an act of self-love when you do this for yourself every day, especially if you are in the state that I've been describing. This will also help you step into your feminine, and that is really crucial if we want to glow up and we want to look like our most beautiful selves and we want to feel like our most beautiful selves. I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel called Gua Sha and Facial Reflexology. You can find the practices that I've been talking about there and try it out for yourself at home. You can also do the 5 minute specific 7 lymphatic drainage massage daily on your body, which I will also link one of my favorite videos that I like to follow when I'm doing that as well in the description box. And I just want to say that 4 to 5 years ago, when I wasn't feeling too great about myself, one of the best lessons I learned was that your self-talk is incredibly important. Your cells listen to every single word that you say and every single thought that you have. And something that really helped me was always thinking about myself as my 8-year-old self and my 80-year-old self. So talk to yourself the way that you would if you were talking to your 8-year-old self. You would never talk to your child who is a young 8-year-old in the way that you would talk to yourself, where you would put down yourself. Talk to yourself like you're talking to your inner child. Be kind to yourself. And then talk to yourself the way your 80-year-old self would talk to you. Don't be so harsh on yourself. Your 80-year-old self would be so grateful for how beautiful, young, youthful, alive, and healthy you are. So just always connect to those two versions of yourselves and be kinder to yourself, because that will also really, really help you on your journey. Because I promise you, where you want to be and where you want to get, you're going to get there. I knew that for myself 5 years ago. I've had to persevere for a while, but I got there, and the same thing is going to happen for you. You know for a fact that you're going to get there. So be kind to yourself on the journey and do these acts of self-love for yourself every day, and let me know how you find them. And I'm really excited for you to be on this journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.